How do you deal with lowball offers? In my opinion, I guess it really depends on the timing. If you get a lowball offer, your house has been on the market for a week or two or something like that, you're probably less inclined to seriously entertain that offer, at least on face value, as opposed to, if your home's been on the market for like 3 or 4 months, then that lowball offer might actually be telling you something. So let's break down these two scenarios a little bit deeper. So in our first scenario here, if we're receiving a lowball offer within, let's say, the early days of our listing, we're going to be talking about what's all the marketing looking like, what's the response from the marketing, how many showings are we getting, what's the agent feedback on the listing, are we receiving any other offers relative to this lowball offer? And so we want to provide this framework to work around to understand what this lowball offer is trying to tell us or not. On one hand, it could just be someone fishing around for an opportunity. On the other hand, depending on what sort of the feedback from the market is overall about the listing, it could be telling something about the property value relative to market demand. And so we kind of deal with it that way. Generally, the shorter the home's been on the listing, the firmer we are on a lowball offer. And when it comes to deciding if you're going to counter a lowball offer or not, and then let's assume in this scenario that the home's just been on the market for a few days, few weeks kind of a thing, I'd say if you have no other offers, then you definitely counter that offer. It's probably going to be a pretty firm offer relative to the initial offer. But nevertheless, I think you always try to take advantage of any opportunity that's coming your way. Now, if you have other interest and even other offers, then that might be a scenario where you don't respond to a lowball offer. I would say if you're making a counter offer on a lowball offer and you're in a position or the advice is being given to you in such a way that you need to maybe trade off certain terms or other incentives for the buyer to move forward, to me, that sounds like the home was probably just overpriced or priced ahead of the market. And if you're really having to stretch and bring the buyer in with additional terms on the counteroffer, I would hope for you that if you receive a lowball offer, it could be met with a firm offer back and see if it goes somewhere that everyone could be happy with. Otherwise, it starts to get really nuanced and situational. It's kind of hard to dissect exactly. So what I have noticed is that if your home goes on the market and after a period of time that's reasonable to mark average days on market, so today that might be 30 days, let's say. So your home's been on the market 30 days or longer, you receive this first offer. It's a lowball offer and it's considerably below ask. Obviously, I would encourage engaging in that offer. I think that is the kind of offer that is telling you something about market value. I don't think that the lowball offer is indicating exactly where the price is, but it is at least indicating to you that the price that the listing is at is probably above market. And of course, there's always nuance and exceptions to the rule. Sometimes you have really unique properties and or unique locations, things like that can influence that. But this is the interesting thing I think about real estate, is that it is super nuanced and super complex, especially when it comes to negotiating these very important and specific opportunities, listing your home and receiving a lowball offer in this instance. And if you're the kind of person that appreciates a well-rounded understanding of your listings performance and squaring that with your wants and needs and how to address this offer that you've received, that's the kind of advice and approach that I take with my clients. There's really not a one size fits all, in my opinion, when it comes to real estate. I think some people could easily come out and say, I'm a fierce negotiator and all these things, but that's great for them. But I think that you could be actually, pushing people away and not taking advantage of certain opportunities that might actually be there. So anyway, that's how I work. And if that speaks to you, then we should talk about your goals around listing your home and your overall real estate needs. Of course, I'm Justin Vierra with the Vierra Group, and I look forward to talking to you.